everybody, welcome to Farm School. I'm Farmer David. I'm going to show you guys what our first project is this summer. It's going to be kind of an ongoing one. We're going to do pea patches. Follow me down. We're in the parking lot right now. I decided I wanted to film me walking to it so I wouldn't have to describe, you know, you go 80 yards past greenhouse 1, take a left. That's confusing. So if you're not totally sure where the strawberries were last year, you just watch this video, and where I go is where the gardens are going to be. But basically, if you were here last year, you remember where the strawberries were last year. It's right by there. So it's right down past the gazebo, hang a left past the apple trees, and you'll see where they are. Hey kiddos, you need to follow us. So, one of the reasons, you know, usually farm school we meet on the porch. We're not going to do that this year because, you know, gathering and all that and tight quarters. I want everybody to feel comfortable. So what we can do is we can do our pea patches, which is something that we have done for the last 3 or 4 years. Basically what I do is I take the tiller and I spade some rows, till some rows up, and then I drive kind of in a checker pattern and make little squares of dirt, and those squares of dirt become your garden patch. So everybody gets their own garden patch. Now the question is, if you're a family and you've got multiple kids, do you get multiple gardens? Sure. Unless your kids really like to share. If your kids like to share, then you're welcome to just have one, or every kid can have their own. We got lots of room, and if we start running out, I'll make more. Yeah. Yeah, so here's the old apple tree, old apple orchard, going past the U-pick herbs down to the strawberries. I'm going to show you guys basically how to start your garden. The first step of it is really important. It's called the picking of the garden plot. Basically, you get to choose what garden is. You don't need to do it in any kind of order, just what land looks best to you. I like to think of it as just run out and grab it, you know, like that, you know, like going to lay your claim to your plot of land, and any square that isn't taken, you can take. Now, if you don't, we typically start with the first, you know, Friday or Saturday or Tuesday. We just kind of start the first July and August. Now, if you're not going to be here for the holiday weekend, that doesn't mean that you can't do your garden later. I mean, we're going to have starts and garden plots available for the next few weeks. So if you're not right on it right away, that's okay. You can't make the first one, come out the second one. You know, if you want to come out on a Tuesday and you're a Friday person, that's fine. You want to come out on a Wednesday, all I ask is that we kind of keep it to normal hours between Tuesday and Saturday. So don't come out in the middle of the night. You won't be able to see anything. It's very dark out here. And, you know, that way, you know, someone's around, you know, just for safety reasons and all that. So here is the wagon. Now this is our squash wagon that we usually pile high with Hubbard and Cinderella pumpkins and all kinds of squash, but right now it's got starts on it. So these are starts for your garden. We've got some onions and some squash, and I see some sunflowers and beans and cucumbers, and there's these nice little tags on them. I should say things like kids garden beans. Look at that. So these are all the different starts, and your job is to pick one. I only ask that you try to everybody put chard in it. Okay, kids, earmuffs for a second. Okay, parents, here's the secret to get your kids to like chard. You got to get them to grow it. Because the secret is not the secret's out. Most kids don't like take to chard very well, right? Right? It's not like the fun easy one, not like carrots or something, or peas. Those are all easy. It's hard to get your kids to like chard, but if you can get them to grow it, they'll develop an emotional attachment to it, and they'll almost be compelled to like it. Okay? Okay, so kids, welcome back. So here's what you're gonna do. We got some tags, right? Right here, you'll come and you'll find tags and a Sharpie, and you know what? I just pulled a random tag out. This one says Golden Jubilee. Now, if you want your garden to have a pre-written name on it like Golden Jubilee, you could be Golden Jubilee. It's a kind of corn. Or you could take your pen and you could write, you know, Farmer David on it. But don't be Farmer David. Be yourself. Be your own name. And then you would take your tag and you'd look out at all these different little squares and you think, which square screams out to me, plants me, you know? which one do I really want to do? And I'm probably going to do one that's just nice and close too. I like this one right here. It's kind of my favorite. So I'm going to stick it in there. Now I've claimed it. Nobody else can take it. So I'm going to show you how to plant. We've got all kinds of things. Oh, here's some broccoli. Broccoli comes in these, well, they all come in like little squares. What you want to do is you want to pull off a square. It's got little roots hanging from it. And you want to take it over to your garden plot. If you can carry more than one, you're welcome to do that. You don't have to do it one at a time. Now, when I plant, and you notice how I'm staying on the aisleways, I'm not stepping over other people's garden, right? You got to, be careful, be mindful about that. Now, I'm not going to plant it right at the edge because the soil's kind of compact over here. Plus, it's going to kind of grow off into the aisleway. You want to plant in a little ways. And here's the plant. You want to plant it deep. I almost never, ever see people plant too deeply. Too shallowly, all the time. So I give this analogy. I ask people, have you ever tucked a child into bed on a cold winter night? And I say, do you tuck them in up to their waist or to their neck? And you say their neck. Now, do you tighten it down really hard? No, you don't tighten it down really hard, but you do pull it up nice and cozy. So you want to plant it deep, and you want to tuck that soil in right around to the neck, nice and deep. See this little leaf right here? That's called the cotyledons leaf, and it doesn't photosynthesize, but it's what pushes the seed up, the growth through the dirt. It's kind of like the battering ram of the plant. So you want to plant right up to the cotyledons. Remember, plants like dirt. They're not like you and I. We like dirt a little bit, but if you planted me up to my neck, I would probably panic. But, a little bit around my ankles is okay. But plants like dirt. So plant them nice and deep. You really aren't probably going to go too deep. So once you plant one plant, pick some others. You're welcome to fill your garden up however you think is going to work well. Leave some room for other plants. Brassicas need a little more space. Beans can go a little closer together. Chard and beets and stuff can go a little closer. But kind of let your kids just have fun. They'll. It's kind of like artistry. You want to put the plants where you think they're going to be beautiful and they're going to grow. So that's most of my instructions. Do you think, is there anything else I should say?
Weeding and watering and things like that.
Yeah, so for other lessons, what we're going to do is, I'll show you guys how to weed your garden, because that's important. This isn't just plant and walk away. If you do that, you won't be able to harvest very much out of it because it's going to be taking up all the energy is going to go into the weeds. Watering will be another thing. We're going to run irrigation pipes down here, and it'll be a lot of fun. So we'll irrigate overhead all the gardens at the same time. And that'll be kind of a separate lesson. We'll talk more about that. So your plan is in the next 2-3 weeks to come out here, pick your garden spot, and plant. Can you come and check it the next week? Absolutely. You want to plant something else or something dies? That's fine. I'll try to refresh this a little bit and make sure we got enough plants for everybody. Again, you're welcome to pick, if you got, multiple kids, you can have multiple gardens. If you want to just do one, that's fine. We've got lots of squares to choose from, and more beds down there. I can make more squares if need be. So enjoy your first few weeks of farm school. If you have any questions and you see me around, don't hesitate to ask. You can send me an email too. That's basically the plan. Obviously, you're going to fill in your garden a little bit more. I just did one. All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and sign off. Thanks so much for farm school this week, and I will see you guys later.